gosh! Shot. Don't shoot! You wanna see this? Fuck you! Hands up! Fuck you! Hands up! Fuck you! Good. Sorry. Alright guys. We do this shit! Get the fuck out of our city!
What we doing? It looks like they're retreating here, folks.
Oh, fuck!
Right in the fucking, just missed my nuts. Holy shit.
Woo!
That was close. Oh, man, I got drilled a couple times. Back where we started. Back where we started. Holy shit. Holy fuck.
All right.
Green mic, so I have to speak up.
I might need a break. I don't have the guns.
For the purpose of Commander Eric Decker.
I think you just paste your head.
Why don't we do this for me so everybody knows who's who?
Commander Eric Decker, maybe from Commander Sunita Russell, 9th Precinct.
Captain Gary Johnson, 9th Precinct.
So just, I'm going to take my mask off so everybody can get there. So this is what we have going on today. As you know, we had a very tragic shooting situation on Sunday where 4 teens were shot. Let me first start just commending the work of the 9th Precinct, who, after this happened, went for the fire. So let me start by commending the 9th Precinct in response to that tragic shooting of 4 teens on Sunday. Was it the 14th? Let me get this date real quick. That would have been the 19th? The 19th. On Sunday the 19th, at 6:30 there was a block party in the area of Muse and McKinney where 4 teenagers were shot. What I have found out that 2 of the 4 are in grave situation right now. 2 are still in critical, the 2 are grave. And so I want to put context to it. But what we do know is the 9th Precinct, in conjunction with the Gang Intelligence Unit, were surveilling the area. We've got information on a possible suspect. And as they were doing the surveillance activity, they saw the one suspect that we got information on. That suspect got into a vehicle. Once he got in the vehicle, there were 2 additional suspects inside of that vehicle. There was an effort to initiate a traffic stop so they could continue the investigation, and that's when they tried to evade Detroit police. High-speed pursuit lasted for about 10 minutes, traversed all of the east side, the 5th and the 9th Precinct, and culminated here in McKinney and Whittier. And it stopped here because the suspect in the vehicle crashed into a pole, which you can see behind us. All three suspects exited the vehicle very quickly. All started to run. One suspect got out, and as he was being approached, he had a gun in his hand, and the officer, fearing for his safety, fired one time, striking the suspect. That suspect was transported to a local hospital where he's been pronounced. He died from his wounds. The two additional suspects, one of the two was also identified in the shooting incident from Sunday. So what we know now, two of the three have been identified or connected to the shooting incident. Those two suspects were taken into custody without incident.
The gentleman that passed, he also was a suspect in the Sunday shooting?
He was a suspect. He was a suspect, and also one of the suspects that we have in our custody. It was a suspect that we took into custody without incident was the initial target, but we have since learned that the suspect we ended up shooting because he's armed with a handgun. He was also involved in that shooting. And what we know about the initial target had been involved in other shooting incidents. We know for a fact may have been involved in the East Point shooting and maybe one other. And so we're still looking through that. Again, two suspects in custody, and we've also recovered two additional weapons from the vehicle, and we have a weapon that the suspect is holding at the time of the shooting. So with that, I'll take any questions that you have.
Was there any shots fired at the officers at any point?
No shots were fired, just the fact that the suspect was armed, and the officer, believing that his life was in danger, fired one single shot, striking that suspect.
As soon as this gets on Facebook and on our air, there's going to be somewhat of a reaction, as there has been, given the current climate right now.
Well, I would hope that you folks in the media do this for me. It's only been 1 hour since his shooting. I'm giving you information as I know. So if someone chooses to put out inaccurate information like what we saw several weeks ago, I put that burden on you. I'm telling you what took place. I've been here 7 years, and the community expects me to be transparent. So if you want to put out erroneous information and embrace it, I put that on you. I am telling you, these officers were in this area in response to a tragic shooting of teenagers from Sunday. They were doing what we asked them to do. And they were in this area, and they knew that they were dealing with individuals who could have possibly been armed and dangerous. And as it turned out, at least one of the suspects who exited the vehicle armed was. And then there was two additional guns inside the vehicle. Now, I recognize that when we have these kind of situations, and I always say it, we continue to learn more about these shooting incidents. There may be additional information that I don't have right now. So our prayers go out to the family. That suspect who is no longer here. But I'm also thankful that none of our officers were injured. They were doing what we asked them to do, is find out who is responsible for those teenagers who were shot. And as I indicated, 2 of the 4 are in grave condition right now. And they may not make it.
Much like you responded a few weeks ago, releasing dash cam, body camera footage, can we expect a similar response in the days to come?
We are in the process of going through in-car video, body-worn camera. That process is going on as we speak. This is the information that I know now within 1 hour of this shooting.
Pretty quick turnaround time tracking down these suspects. You're talking about just Sunday this happened. What do you say to the intelligence that came through that led to all this?
Well, let me just say this. I got to commend our community, but I want to also commend the hard work of the men and women of the 9th Precinct and our gang intelligence unit, because we know, based on where we are in this investigation, this is a gang-related shooting, and this may have been retaliation, and so we did great work, and I'm just happy that no one else got injured. Again, this was a high-speed pursuit.
It's been a busy couple of weekends, lots of shootings, stabbings. Are you seeing more gang activity? Is that
We
what's
have
going
seen
on?
an increase in gang activity. We've seen increased lawlessness. We've seen suspects who are armed and emboldened. This department has done a phenomenal job over the last 4 weeks. As I've reported out, we are averaging anywhere between 80 to 100 illegal gun arrests, CCWs, in a week. I think the total is somewhere like 340 or 380 guns that we've seized in the last month from persons that were illegally carrying guns. We recognize that it's too much violence, and we're doing everything we can to mitigate that, but in doing so, our officers are going in direct harm's way. We're talking about suspects not even days ago shot teenagers at a party not far from this location. So they were doing what we asked them to do, and they did a great job in doing so.
The initial location was off McKinney, you said?
You mean from the Sunday shooting?
Yes, yes.
The Sunday shooting was at Muse in McKinney, not far from the location where this pursuit terminated.
And 2 in critical, and 2 are not looking good.
That's from the Sunday shooting.
Right, correct.
And of course, the single shot fired by our officer on the armed suspect succumbed to his injury and was pronounced at a local hospital.
Is there anything else you want to say, Chief?
Just the violence must stop. It must stop. And we're relentless about going after individuals that create violence in our communities, and we're not backing off. It needs to stop.
Officer involved in this shooting, next steps for him is him or her.
It's we go through the normal an investigation. He's on restricted duty, like we do in every shooting. No difference.
You guys got questions?
Chief,
Sir?
was in the pursuit, was one of your vehicles hit by the...
Now, I'm glad you asked that question. I did just learn that not one but several of our vehicles were struck by the suspect's vehicle as they were trying to get away.
You guys got anything?
Chief, have you had a chance to talk on camera about the President's plan to send in supplemental law?
I've been talking about it all day.
Okay.
Do you want to ask the question again?
No,
I've talked to all the local stations about it. Right now, I want to focus on this situation and the fact that no officer was hurt. Again, my prayers do go out to the family. You can't win. When you involve yourself in gang activity, one or two things are going to happen. You might lose your life, or you might end up in prison for the rest of your life. And many times when these kind of situations happen, we got 2 teenagers in the hospital right now fighting for their life. These officers were here doing what they were supposed to do, what they were asked to do, and they did a very good job at it.
The importance to be out here, Chief, on this scene and giving us a statement instead of leaving it to one of the commanders.
I have every confidence in the world. The 3 behind me, I have a whole lot of confidence in them. But I also know that our community wants to hear from the Chief of Police, especially when we have to do and take the life of someone who is armed. They want to hear from me, and so that's important. It's not a disrespect for these men and women who are standing here with me, supporting what went on.
Chief, want to talk about the officers rendering aid?
Oh, thank you for reminding me of that. You know, it's one thing that I have always found so unique about this department. Our officers will go in a warrior mode when they're faced with an imminent threat to life. I've seen it more times than I can remember. But the one thing I will certainly tell you is after this shooting incident, this armed...
Chief, give it 1 second. Wait till these guys go by, because all we're going to hear is that. Thank you.
I'll make the adjustment.
I know you.
Okay, great. So I want to start by making a correction. I said there were 2 guns in the car. We recovered 2 guns. One from the suspect we shot, and there's an additional gun inside of the vehicle that we're aware of. Both were pistols, and so we haven't searched the car yet. There may be additional weapons, but so we have 2 weapons that we can account for right now.
And talk about that rendering aid.
Oh yeah, I want to talk about it 'cause I think it's so important. And it really shows the character of a Detroit police officer. Certainly it's a quickly evolving situation. The officer felt he was facing an imminent threat to his life. He fired a single shot, striking this suspect. But when the suspect fell, the officers went from what I describe as a warrior mode to survive to one of life-saving. And they began to render aid before he was transported to a local hospital where he's pronounced.
I'm all set if everybody else is good.
Everybody good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you,
I
Chief.
appreciate it.
All right,
Thank you. Good to see you.
All right.
So what's going on with you?
My daughter and son came home saying that this man grabbed him and choked him.
All right.
Green mic, so I have to speak up.
I might need a.
So what's going on with you?
My daughter and son came home. Saying that this man grabbed him and choked him. I came around here and asked him, I said, why did you put your hands on my son? He said, oh, he threw some paper. I said, and I told him to pick it up. He said my son didn't pick it up. He defined him, so that's why he did it. Instead of following him home, he said, but y'all don't even live here. It doesn't matter where we live. You don't have the right to grab and choke nobody's son.
That's not his wife.
Okay.
Nobody. So I have a problem with that. My son is 7 years old. You don't have the right to grab him, choke him behind no paper that he threw. What you should have done, because we have been living here for years, so you know that my house is a door in between yours. You could have came to me. Don't put your hands on my son.
All right. Well, why don't you teach your son not to litter?
I didn't. He can't prove to me that my son littered. But it doesn't matter if he did or didn't. It doesn't give him the right to put his hands on it.
Why not?
Because he don't.
You
don't.
are loud.
What you mean?
I'm just asking.
Because he don't.
Huh?
He
Go
don't.
on.
He's not his parent. He's not his parent.
Okay. Why are you yelling at me?
Because why would you ask me, why don't I teach him? You don't know what I teach him.
Okay.
And you don't, whatever you teach your kids don't mean that they go by your rules when they're not in
Why
your
are you
sight.
yelling at me?
Because you just pissed me off telling me what I teach my kids and what I don't.
If you keep yelling at me, you're going to piss me off and I'm going to take you to jail.
Okay, you're not. Okay.
Okay.
We are online.
You're under arrest. Get on the ground! Get on the ground now! Get on the ground! You resist arrest, you're going to jail. You, get on the ground now! On the ground now!
Shut the fuck up! Don't move! Don't move! You on live! Everything you just did is on live. I promise you that.
I didn't do nothing.
I promise you that. You on live.
Hand behind your back.
You on live. Bitch, I'm glad I just went live. Bitch, you on live.
Get on the ground!
What are you?
Anybody else to interfere, they're going to jail too.
Stop fucking screaming. You're a bitch. You're a bitch. Nigga, you on live.
Get up. Get up.
I got the whole thing recorded, bitch. I'm Jesus Christ. I got the whole thing recorded, bitch. You're a bitch. Motherfucking police,
Get up.
bitch.
Get up.
I just recorded you.
You're going to go to jail too? Come on.
You a kid ass bitch. And I just recorded.
Kiana Ashley is being evicted, and a nightmare is unfolding for her and her 5-year-old son, Nazir.
That's something I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy, because not knowing where you're going to rest your head at for the next day, That's not good.
Up to 23 million Americans are at risk of eviction by the end of September. It's a housing crisis in the making.
There's not really many options out here for us, you know, when it comes to trying to find a place during this pandemic.
Renters in 42 states have been protected under eviction moratoriums, postponing rent payments as the economy stutters due to COVID-19. But 40% of those moratoriums have lifted, and more than 45 million Americans are still without a job.
The United States can expect an avalanche of evictions that will impact the entire community and have a cascade of additional losses, everything from financial well-being to health, to housing opportunities across the country.
Ashley has a Section 8 voucher, making her search for affordable housing more difficult. She's one of 50 million people who live in rentals in the U.S., experiencing job or income loss because of the pandemic, with people of color taking the brunt of it.
Eviction disproportionately affects communities of color and women with children at the highest levels. Black households are more than twice as likely to be evicted as white households. So it's significant impact that we're going to have here.
And that could lead to record homelessness. The Coalition for the Homeless in New York City says its mobile soup kitchens have seen a 100% increase in need.
We've never seen anything like this. And again, we know that this isn't the end. It's not even the middle. This is only the beginning of the crisis to come.
The HEROES Act, passed by the House but stalled in the Senate, would provide $100 billion in rental relief, including a national moratorium on evictions, keeping people like Ashley out of shelters. She's been there before with her son and doesn't want to have to go back.
No child deserves to have to go through an experience like that, but that's a very big fear of mine, because just going through the process of a loophole of being denied and not knowing where you're going, it's not a good feeling.
Now, in order to help people stay in their homes, states like Iowa and New York are providing rent relief bills. This is funding for people who can't pay rent. But in New York, here in New York, the bill calls for $100 million. And some housing experts, Allison, say that's simply not enough. It's only going to cover about 50,000 renters. And that is the same amount of evictions that is expected in one day on Monday here in New York when the eviction moratorium here lifts. Allison?
Oh my gosh, Vanessa, thank you for bringing all of this to our attention.
To have y'all motherfuckers all in my comment talking all this snitch and rat shit, bro. Do you motherfucking understand the violation that you goddamn that you guilty of, bro? If a is not guilty of that and you actually say that he is, do you know the ramification behind that, man? Do you know what a motherfucker could actually press a button and do to you? I'm talking about where the G code. What the G code authorizing them to do, bro? Huh? You the now. You call it a rat and you ain't no rat. You the you get dealt with. You get handled.
Rapper T.I. went off the other day about people calling him a snitch for doing a Crime Stopper commercial about 10 years ago.
Hey, what's happening, y'all? Some people call me Tip, but this is about another kind of Tip. All you gotta do is call Crime Stoppers Atlanta.
If I do a motherfucking commercial telling civilians in a motherfucking community to see other motherfucking neighbors getting violated, elderly people, motherfucking children getting violated, they supposed to call the motherfucking police. What the fuck they supposed to do? Bankroll whoever you will, I send something to you. Send something you can't send back, boy. Motherfucker play with me, boy.
It seems as though every time T.I. gets into a disagreement or an altercation with someone, they bring that commercial up. Whack 100, 50 Cent, fans have all brought this commercial up. As recently as last week, this commercial was brought up. DJ Vlad recently brought it up in an interview with Lil Boosie.
I mean, what do you think of T.I. versus 50? Who do you think would win that?
I would have to go with Tip, because I'm, like y'all say, look where I'm from.
The South.
I'm from the South.
As Boosie conversated with Vlad about who he thought would win the versus battle between 50 Cent and T.I., Lil Boosie chose T.I. because, in his words, he's from the South. Vlad then asked Lil Boosie how he felt about T.I. doing the Crime Stoppers commercial to get less jail time.
What do you think about the whole Crime Stoppers thing that's popping up again?
I think he should have never did it. But one day I went and listened to it, and you know it don't seem like he ratting on that much. Seem like he doing a drop.
He's doing a drop.
It's like he doing a drop. You know what I'm saying? But it's certain things you don't do when you rapping about gangster shit, you know what I'm saying? So I think that was a mistake on his part, you know what I'm saying? But like they were saying he did that to get out of trouble or whatever. I feel like it still was a mistake on his part doing it, but you already in motherfucking trouble. Like, you know, like he shouldn't have took his ass up there and said.
Yeah.
Vlad then went on to ask Lil Boosie, would he have done a Crime Stoppers commercial to get less time?
So you would have done more prison time to avoid doing that commercial?
I'm not working with. They know I'm not gonna work with them.
So no deal.
They ain't gonna come up to me with no shit like that. They ain't gonna break no deals to me like that.
In a recent Breakfast Club interview, they asked T.I. how he felt about Lil Boosie's remarks and comments in the Vlad interview.
You know, T.I., you are a very wise individual. Did you see Boosie say he would have served the full sentence rather than participate in the Crime Stoppers commercial? What would be your
That's
thought?
his
What would be your
decision.
advice to him?
I have no advice for him. As men, we all have decisions that we have our own decisions to make, and if that's his, I respect that. I respect.
T.I. went on to say he would do another Crime Stoppers commercial again if he had to.
I'm gonna do that every time. I'm gonna do that every time. If I catch another case, you can see it. You can expect another commercial.
In 2007, T.I. was arrested in Atlanta by the feds on gun charges, according to a CNN article from back then.
News in southwest Atlanta, a federal search warrant is being executed at the home of a well-known Atlanta rapper. Fox 5's Julia Harding joins us live with more on our exclusive story. Julie?
Well, just hours before the BET Hip Hop Award Show was scheduled to be recorded this evening, we understand that popular, well-known rapper T.I. has been arrested.
Remember, this was 13 years ago. A lot of things have happened since then. A lot of things have been said. So I'm giving y'all a short version of all of this. In the CNN article, it says that T.I. allegedly sent his bodyguard at the time to buy some guns, automatics, semi-automatics, silencers, and other big shit. T.I. wasn't supposed to be buying or having guns because he was a convicted felon. So he ended up, sending his bodyguard to do his dirty work. The bodyguard ended up getting arrested by the feds during the gun buy, and he agreed to turn informant and set T.I. up to buy some more guns. T.I. allegedly gave the bodyguard more money to go buy more guns. So that's how they got T.I. And then after the arrest, they went to his house and found even more guns.
Now, federal agents have been going inside this home behind me. We're being told that this is T.I.'s home. We have some video of them going in earlier today. ATF agents as well as U.S. Marshals.
Long story short, T.I. ended up getting a year and a day in prison, probation, and a whole lot of community service hours.
You got a year and a day, did 10 months, right? $100,000.
I mean, if you look at it like that, if you only look at the jail time, if you look at, there was also a year of home confinement. There was also 3 years of probation. There was also a year worth of community service.
And the Crime Stoppers commercial, that was part of his community service. Outside of the Crime Stoppers commercial, a lot of people felt like T.I. was snitching because they felt like if it were anybody else, regular or famous, that got caught with them kind of guns, they would have gotten at least 20 to 30 years in prison. Never mind the silencers.
Do you think that you got off easy, relatively?
So in their mind, T.I. had to be working or told on somebody. But T.I. has always denied snitching, and there has never been any proof that he did it.
In Cincinnati, the man who shot Big Phil, your friend, was caught, put on trial.
Yeah.
You testify in a trial. I know some people would say, is he snitching? What do you say to that?
I can't really worry about speculation. I can't worry about what people say that's inaccurate. I can only worry myself about the truth. And as long as the truth is something that I can live with, as long as I know the truth is something that I can still wake up, look myself in the mirror, and you know, stand on my own 2 feet, hold my head high out here in these streets, that's all I'm concerned with.
So, we just gotta take it like that and see how it unfolds.
If you ain't got no property, if you don't own no real estate, you ain't invested in nothing. You standing around in a mother community that you don't got no mother no skin in the game. Only thing you do is stand up there and sell. You dig what I'm saying? You ain't invested in the community to try to uplift the community or the rest of the neighbors or the neighborhood. All you trying to do is go in there, extract whatever little goddamn petty ass money you can get out of there, and go on to the next spot and something else up. You ain't doing shit. So that's why you ain't got shit to protect. Any nigga own property, somebody breaking in his property and they ain't there, they want their neighbors to call the police. So you can get a motherfucking police report because you need that for your insurance claim. If you did any business, if you had anything to your name besides them little bags of weed you got in your pocket, you might understand that. Now, the really fuck with me, bro, is because I'm pushing, trying to help y'all. Pushing out here trying to help y'all, and here I am fighting the same motherfuckers I'm trying to fight for. Man, I can't goddamn stand you petty-minded. Man, I ain't motherfucking, bro. You so motherfucking deteriorated in the mind. You motherfuckers ain't got shit. You motherfuckers don't know shit. And the worst part about it is, you don't want to. Stupid, satisfied with the bottom end of life. What's wrong with you? Can't stand little man. Y'all gonna make me fuck up my feng shui, man. You know, I really do, man. I really do got a lot of love for my people, man, but it's a sickness, bro. It really a sickness, you know what I'm saying? It really a sickness, man. I really, motherfuckers need to wake up, bro. Unlearn and relearn, bro. Unlearn and relearn. You know what I mean? I'm just offering you some perspective, bro. I want you to learn and grow and evolve so you can goddamn teach the next person and they can teach the next person and we can actually get somewhere. Evolve, man. Put some shit in your motherfucking head, bro. Only a fool disputes facts. Only an idiot hates knowledge. Motherfucker want to goddamn toss their opinions around what they think, what they heard, and not go off what the motherfucking actual facts is. What kind of person is that? So rodent to society. Now, I hope you guys have a blessed and prosperous day. For motivation purposes only. Now, y'all get out the bullshit, man. Figure out a way to go get your ass some money and help your motherfucking family, build your community. Push our people forward. Get off that.
gonna go in a circle.
This is what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. No justice! No peace! 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 No peace! No peace! Our street! Our street! Our street! Our street! Our street! I found all the people, y'all. We don't need them. Back up. We want our freedom. All these racist ass cops, we don't need them. Back up. We want our freedom. We don't need them. Back up. We want freedom. All these racist ass cops, we don't need them. Back up. Freedom. Back up, we want freedom. Back up, we want freedom. Back up, all these racist ass cops. I said, back up, all these racist ass cops. makes sense. Nobody's been able to do it yet. Nobody's explained to me why this makes sense. Can you tell me? From here? Yes. I'm from here. Now, Chicago, this might make sense. Ferguson, Missouri, this might make sense. How does this make sense in Oregon?
All right, this is Jorge Ventura reporting live here, downtown Portland. We are in front of the federal courthouse. We are approaching 2 in the morning. Unlawful assembly was declared about 30 minutes ago, and we're seeing the federal officers make a big push and use crowd control munitions to push back the crowd. You guys can see that that's a sea of tear gas in the air. Here we just saw an officer, one of the federal officers throw a flashbang. Another flashbang. More crowd control munition. Alright guys, we'll keep you guys updated here on the ground.
You all right, man? You okay? Yeah?
Why? Why am I treated in this way? Is this rude?
Do you serve? Would you mind telling me? Who do you protect and who do you serve? Who do you protect and who do you serve? Wait for the answer. Who do you protect and who do you serve? You don't know. Who do you protect and who do you serve? Who do you protect and who do you serve?
Yes, sir. Good? Oh, please. Fuck. I'm not moving. Honestly, look at my fucking leg, dude. I'm not moving anything. Where do you want me to go? Where do you want me to go? Tell me where to go. This way? That way? I got you. I got you. Where do I go? This way? This way or this way? Okay.
Yeah. Not a good time to go across.
Dude, yeah, I fucking got drove, dude.
Yeah, it's serious right now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Whatever you said. Yes, sir. This way? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Understood. Oh, shit. We got shot. Hands up, don't shoot! You wanna shoot us? Fuck you! Hands up, fuck you! Hands up, fuck you! All right, guys.
We do this shit! Get the fuck out of our city!